understanding bad parenting patterns, all parents try to take steps while having the best interest of their child in their minds. But sometimes parents fail to recognize that their lazy parenting styles may be having a bad effect on their kids. Bad parenting is a series of actions that result in lasting consequences on your child's mental and physical well-being. These actions may include small punishments to more serious actions like child abuse that require professional help. Keep in mind that having an argument with your child or just having an overall bad day does not equate to you being a bad parent. You should also understand that most parents have both positive and negative behavior as a part of their parenting skills. While doing so, make sure not to be overly critical of yourself, as losing your temper once in a while does mean you have poor parenting skills. Following is a list of bad parenting signs that may help you detect poor parenting actions in your patterns. Over or under involvement in your child's life. Having too much or too little involvement in your kid's life can lead to many issues. Under-involvement leads to parents being so absent in their kid's life that they are unable to provide them with basic necessities of life like food, clothes, shelter, etc. On the other hand, being over-involved in your kid's life makes your child feel suffocated. Such parents are often referred to as helicopter parents. Little or no discipline. Setting rules and boundaries is very important while raising a child. Discipline teaches proper behavior and also helps the child learn that their actions have appropriate consequences. No discipline can lead to injuries, bad personalities, and often throw temper tantrums. On the other hand, being too strict can cause hindrance in your child's mental growth. Some parents often use corporal punishment as a way of dealing with naughty children. These punishments have adverse effects on your child's self-esteem. Parents who use physical punishment with their kids use a technique called authoritarian parenting, withholding affection and attention. Some parents think that withholding affection is a great way of disciplining children. This is completely wrong, as taking such actions not only affects the child in the present, but has a lasting effect on their confidence. Such kids struggle with low self-confidence and often find it hard to express their needs. In addition, publicly or privately shaming your children and comparing them to others can lead to your child developing mental health problems like depression or anxiety. If you spot any of these signs of bad parenting in your parenting routine, then you should work on gradually removing them. And try not to be overly stressed or critical of your parenting style, as everyone has their way of dealing with things. The parenting journey can be very hard and tiring. Overly stressing yourself won't help anyone. And always remember that you can talk to professionals that can help you make the best decisions for you and your family. Exploring the impact of poor parenting style on children. Bad parenting has everlasting effects on your kid's life. Most kids develop mental health complications like aggression, anxiety, and depression. In addition, it is also said that children who experience bad parenting while growing up are more prone to misbehave. In extreme cases of harsh parenting, children experience all kinds of abuse like emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and sometimes even substance abuse. As a result, such children easily develop psychological disorders that can ruin the child's development in all factors of life. In such situations, either the child or the parent needs to contact professionals to get help as soon as possible. Beyond these extreme cases, bad parenting can have the following effects on a child's behavior. Antisocial behavior. Bad parenting can lead to kids developing antisocial behavior. This kind of behavior makes the professional and personal life of your child very difficult. Severe antisocial behavior can lead to poor health, alcohol abuse, and drug abuse. Children growing antisocial are more prone to show criminal behavior in their adult life. Poor resilience. Children learn to cope with different situations by seeing how their parents act in those situations. In the case of bad parenting, parents themselves find it hard to deal with negative feelings. As a result, children are unable to deal with such negative emotions themselves. Hence, it is very important for parents to set good examples. Depression. As mentioned above, harsh parenting often leads to your child developing mental health issues, one of which is depression. Actions such as low physical support, low emotional support, physical violence, etc., can cause depression. unable to maintain relationships. Studies show that children growing up in unhealthy environments find it very hard to maintain relationships when they grow up. This can be due to the feeling of low self-esteem. People having problems building relationships is a big sign of an unhealthy upbringing. Cultivating effective communication to avoid being a bad parent. It is very important for parents to cultivate effective communication with their children, as it helps parents to build close relationships with their children. This allows them to be aware of what is going on in their kid's life. Good parent-child communication is a great indicator of a healthy household. Irresponsible parents are often bad at communicating with their kids. Children raised in such households have a harder time expressing themselves as compared to other children. Communication aids parents in taking into account their child's point of view and allows the child to speak to their parents when troubled instead of bottling up their feelings. Practicing effective communication helps you become a better parent. Active listening and validation. While communicating with children, parents should be all ears. Sometimes all a child needs are for their parents to listen to their problems. Furthermore, active listening makes kids feel loved and appreciated. To practice active listening, perform actions like making eye contact so your child feels heard. Try not to interrupt them so that they know that you care about their opinions, and most importantly, make sure to validate their feeling instead of judging them. Create safe spaces for expression. Your household should be a place where your children can completely express themselves without being judged. To create a safe space, try to be less judgmental and invasive. Let your child talk about their emotions and how they felt in a certain situation. Even if that situation seems very small to you, it may mean a lot to your child, so try to be more empathetic. Building trust and connection. Trust is an important pillar of a relationship. For a kid to communicate with their parent, they need to trust their parents. To build that trust, parents need to be more forgiving and less judgmental. Communicating with your child also leads to the child developing a sense of respect and support for you, as you are now able to view things from your child's perspective. Communication overall helps the parent and the child to be on the same team instead of the opposing one. Many parents wonder if their parenting styles are good for their children. Bad parenting is not a single action, but is a series of actions performed by a bad parent, which have harmful effects on their child's life. These actions often have great effects on their mental and physical well-being. Signs of bad parenting include little to no discipline, under or over involvement, withholding love and attention, etc. These bad parenting traits have long-term negative consequences on a kid's behavior, like antisocial bad behavior, poor resilience, depression, etc. To avoid these, parents need to build good and healthy relationships with their children. One way of doing so is by having effective communication. This helps your child to open up to you and share their struggles, and also helps parents to strike that emotional rapport and understand their child's feelings. In addition, it is very significant for a bad parent to self-reflect, as it helps in pointing out those signs of bad parenting in their own parenting techniques. But while doing so, keep in mind to not be overcritical of yourselves and do not label yourselves as bad parents because of a few mistakes. At the end of the day, parents are just human beings, and it's okay to make mistakes. If you are struggling with extreme cases of child abuse like emotional abuse, sexual abuse, or physical violence, then you may need to seek professional advice immediately. Thank you for watching.